Good morning, guys. I'm Nosipho. I'm with my podcast partner, Akhona Nosipho. Join us today as we analyze the film Dirty Pretty Things by Stephen Frears.
Okay, now that we have discussed that we're gonna be talking about the film Dirty Pretty Things by Stephen Frears, I think now it's time that we delve in deeper into what exactly the film is about. What does Pretty Things as a film talk about?
Okay, Akhona. We have many characters in the film Dirty Pretty Things who play a crucial role in the film. We have Okwe, who plays a role of Chiwetel Ejiofor. Okwe is doing many jobs in the film. During the day, he drives the cab, and also he plays a role by being a doctor, by providing medication to other migrants who are documented and undocumented. We also have Sine. Plays a role of Audrey Tattoo. Sine is an asylum seeker who worked at the Swiss shop.
We have established that in the Dirty Pretty Things by Stephen Fry, which is a film that was produced in 2002. We have established that Okwe and Sine are kind of the main characters of the whole film. So Okwe and Sine, which are played by Chiwetel Ejiofor and Audrey Tantu. The name Chiwetel Ejiofor is kind of tricky, but we have established that they are the main character because throughout the movie circles around them. It is mostly showing them and it views them as the main character who show the exact situation of what happens to immigrants in London.
The plots in the film Dirty Pretty Things occurs when Okwe finds a human heart clogged in the toilet. Mm-hmm. By finding a human head clogged in the toilet, Okwe discovers that a human body in the Balmatic Hotel is turned into a waste. Through the heart that is found by Okwe in the toilet in the Balmatic Hotel, Okwe discovers how the human body is exploited and how the human body is exploited because of global capitalism that controls the human body. Where Juan, the leader of the Balmatic Hotel, is running a business by selling kidneys, or he exchanged the kidneys of the migrants by exchanging them by giving them the forged passports. The film Dirty Pretty Things portrays Sine as a woman who faced sexual exploitation, where Joanne, the lead of the Balmatic Hotel, rapes her and takes her virginity and sells her kidney for a forged passport to go to the New York.
Plus, she also faces sexual exploitation when she is being exploited by her manager at the sweatshop. Her manager forces Sine to perform oral sex on him in order for him not to report her to the immigration officers. That also shows how Sine was being sexually exploited throughout the whole movie.
The film Dirty Pretty Things shows a connection with the city of London because it highlights the dirty thing that is done in London. The film Dirty Pretty Things highlights or portrays the darker side of globalization, where migrants are doing invisible labor, including healthcare and cleaning, while hiding what is happening inside the Balmatic Hotel.
Danko. The significance of the title. When you speak about the significance of the title, we try to balance or understand how is it related to the movie. How is the title Dirty Pretty Things related to the events that occur in the movie? The title Dirty Pretty Things brings together two opposing ideas, dirty and pretty. The word dirty usually suggests something that is tainted and unclean. It evokes the underbelly of a society, which is the illegal organ trade, exploitation of immigrants, and the unclean labor that sustains the clean surface of London and the West. While the word pretty suggests something that is beautiful, order, luxury, and moral cleanness. The glamorous facade of London and the polished hotel where much of the film takes place. So these two words, they're quite the opposite of one another. So through the title of Dirty Pretty Things, the film reveals how what appears beautiful or functional, that like the hotel, the Balmatic Hotel, or London, or the City of London, are maintained through dirty and invisible labor that includes the exploitation of undocumented immigrants like Okwe and Sine. For London to have a prospered economy, illegal migrants' bodies must be exploited and violated in illegal organ trade. The film dramatizes the hidden economies of global capitalism, which include the migrant workers who clean hotels, drive taxis, or sell body parts to survive. These workers are crucial to the functioning of the system, yet remain unseen, hidden, and disposable. The Baltic Hotel becomes a representative of global capitalism, where at the front it has a reception with the smiling service and luxury, but behind closed doors and dark passages, it is exploitation, fear, and bodily commodification. Orko's discovery of the human heart in the hotel's toilets, in the toilets of the hotel, is the perfect example of the capitalist system as the truth is flushed away so that the surface remains clean. Thus, the tension between dirty and pretty mirrors how capitalism depends on making certain forms of labor and surviving and suffering invisible to maintain the illusion of morally cleanliness and prosperity of the city of London. For this movie, we have three terms that we usually use to analyze the movie. We have globalization, borders, and the body. Through these three terms, we usually try to make an understanding of how the immigrant's body is exploited through borders and through globalization. The thing that supports this is the discovery of the human heart in the toilet or the Balmatic Hotel. The discovery of the human heart makes the violence of globalization become visible. The heart becomes a symbol of the body as a currency where the human body is reduced to a marketable resource within the underground economy. The hotel becomes a border zone where immigrants move legally and illegally, and there's a representation of global capitalism where clean surface labor depends on dirty hidden transactions. Moreover, the representation of globalization, borders, and the body becomes seen through Sine as the female. She is always exploited throughout the whole film. She starts being exploited by her manager at the sweet shop where he wants her to perform oral sex on him in exchange of him keeping her secret of working as an immigrant. Moreover, Sine gives her virginity to one in exchange of passports. Throughout the movie, Sine is relegated to exploitation, and she shows how the impact of the border and the globalization affects one's body.
Okay, Akhona. The Emil Davis article, The Intimacies of Globalization, Bodies and Borders on Screen, a critical interprets this representation by using its title that highlights the aim of the film Dirty Pretty Things. The title of the article interprets how globalization plays a huge role in the exploitation of immigrant bodies. For instance, Sinead's body is exploited when she decides to practice organ trade by exchanging her kidney to get a forged passport to go to the New York. And her boss in the sweet shop do oral sex with her. This highlight this highlights that how immigrant bodies are exploited in the film Dirty Pretty Things. As noted by Davis 2006, sexuality here in particular is a terrain of commodification, power, struggle, and exchange. This shows us that the immigrant bodies are fulfilling global inequality because their bodies are used for profits that can make a growth in the global economy. As she notes, film represents globalization in which bodily intimacy is a central concern. Davis 2006. Davis interprets the representation by stating that the film Dirty Pretty Things present the bodies of people of color as invisible, where they are involved in the processes of global capitalism. This is evident in the conversation between Okwe and Juliet, where Juliet tells Okwe that, "How should I know? I don't exist. Do I?" She means that when Juliet does her sex work in the Balmatic Hotel, it must be hidden. Her sex work must be invisible because it's dirty. Emil Davis interprets the representation by also pointing out that the representation foregrounds the intimacies of globalization. At the same time, they are using the visual media of the film and television media so that they will challenge the idea of intimacy in global exchange. This means that the film portrays the darker side of globalization where bodily borders control the migrant bodies. The film Dirty Pretty Things shows the body as a site of border crossing or control when Okwe and Sine are illegal immigrants in London who has no passport to enter in London. Their status highlights how body is controlled when you have no papers. So, in addition, the film Dirty Pretty Things depicts the commodification of labor and organs when Okwe is working in many jobs, which highlights how a human body is turned into an object that can be used. The film highlights how human body is dehumanized to earn a profit through organ trade done by Joanne, the leader of the Balmatic Hotel, where migrants are are expected to exchange their kidneys for the forged passports.
Moreover, the film Pretty Things exposes the intimate mechanism of global power in terms of how bodies and emotions become the landscape of economic and political control. Frears shows both exploitative and caring forms of intimacy through Sinead's boss that abuses her. He uses his power over her job and legal status to control her, showcasing how intimacy can be exploitive. And Okwe and Sinead's friendship shows another intimacy based on kindness and trust, as they both are immigrants, but they try to help each other survive in the city of London. The film is also ambivalent as it criticizes and participates in the system it shows. It exposes how the immigrants' bodies are used and abused, but also turns their story into a story for Western audience. So the film plays an ambivalent role. In conclusion, Stephen Film's film Dirty Pretty Things showcases how the immigrant's body becomes a site of exploitation for globalization. Through the characters of Ogwe, which is played by Chiwetel, and Sine, played by Audrey, we get to see how it is really like being an immigrant staying in a country without no legal papers. You get to be a site of exploitation where those in power use and exploit your body in exchange of global capitalism. Thank you for joining us today. As for me and my partner Nosipho, it is goodbye until next time. I hope you guys enjoyed our podcast. Bye.